It is a good run.
Little chair.
Let Darren play TV, alright? Not me. I've been sitting outside. Oh. Let's go. Hi Kirsty, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Well, look, given the nature of football for managers at the moment, how did it feel to have your owner come out to publicly end any speculation around you yesterday?
Well, I've constant dialogue with the owner, so I guess something coming out publicly, you know, there was nothing in there that wasn't a surprise to me. I think the club were annoyed with some articles or somewhat that had been written at nights before games and on match days, and they felt like they wanted to put a bit of an end to that. Articles that didn't really bother me, if I'm being honest, because if they don't do this job, you know, we're all prone to stuff like this, and none of us are immune to it, so that's absolutely fine. And you know, for me, I always try and focus on, you know, what's important, and you know, that's trying to play much better than what we did the other night, and win more games than what we've been winning. So so like I said, I have, you know, a lot of dialogue with the owner. For the statement itself, they wanted to put some stuff right about the media, which I'm not really that much involved in or think about it. Regards to picking up points, you know, winning games, it didn't need to be in a statement. We know that already, you know, and that's a conversation that myself and the staff and the players and everybody else have been having, and something that we're trying to put right. So maybe there's some information to go out there publicly, but strip it all back. We need to play better than what we did the other night. We need to win more games than what we've been winning, and that's has always been my focus and still is. Can
you pinpoint the key thing that needs to change to turn around those performances?
Yeah, well, I think the last two, we actually played well against Wolves, and we should have won that game. We didn't play so well the other nights, particularly in the first half. I think the key thing now is, because it's about the next period of games until the end of the season, so there's context and league positions and everybody fighting against each other in and around where we are. You know, thinking about it a lot, the biggest thing that we've done here in the last 18 months or so is build belief. You know, build belief in our club, build belief in our city, build belief in our team, in the way we work, you know, the relationships with each other, and this is the time to believe more than ever, and that's where we have to really focus, you know, is believing in how we play, believing in how good we can be, believing in, you know, our teammates, staff, etc., and now's the time to really show that. You know, it was always going to be a tough season. There was no hiding away from that, and the circumstances that we've all had to work and play in. And we get into the part of the season now where there's even more scrutiny, and rightly so, you know, and it's where we want to be in this league, in a better league position, of course. So let's continue to believe in what we do. I repeat, we need to play much better than what we did the other night. We need to pick up more points than what we have done recently. We knew that anyway, and we've got to really commit to that now.
And you have to do it against an Aston Villa side who have been in good form. They've got a striker in Ollie Watkins who again been in good form. What do you expect from Unai Emery's side? Well,
exactly what you allude to there. They are in good form for good reason. The way they play, tactically, the way they set up. Players obviously with confidence, and you know, we play them at a time where, of course, they're playing really well. I go back to belief, you know, and we've got to go there, commit to the plan that we put in place. Players who are lucky enough to start the game need to back themselves and back their teammates. Players that may come on and finish the game, and really go there and give everything that we've got, and that's what we have to do.
You haven't had much luck with injuries this season. How are things looking heading into this game?
So Dennis obviously came off the other night, and that's something we're going to have to look at with regards to Saturday. Continuing to manage Jesse, who's got some niggling Achilles and knee. Yatesy as well, with he's had illnesses and shoulder. So that's one that we're having to look at on a daily basis with regards to Saturday. So Cheku got some important minutes, and Taiwo got some important minutes, so they're getting closer after being out for a long time. And then and I think the rest of it is as it was really. Scott McKenna's back in training, which is a positive, and Dean Henderson's probably going to be back in training next week. So yeah, some players are coming back, but with regards to Saturday, apart from the one or two that picked up some stuff on Tuesday night, we're as we were really.
The other thing that came out yesterday was the FA charging players and staff after the Wolves game. Do you know how you'll respond to that yet?
I think we just follow the process and the protocols that the FA put in place once they make the charge. And obviously it was last night, was it? Yesterday evening. So I'm sure the process will kick in this morning, and we'll just follow it respectfully and see where it takes us. Do
you feel the need to talk to your players, staff at all, in terms of how they react to?
I speak to them every day. That's all we do. It's an ongoing situation. That's the job. It's coaching. It's supporting players. It's as I said, trying to keep belief, build belief. So it's an ongoing coaching challenge that we are enjoying. It's emotional, of course. The only real emotion I've had is around results and performances. I don't think about anything else. Nothing else really bothers me apart from how the team play and the results that we get. And then, of course, the knock-on effect to that to the supporters. So that will always be my focus. That will always be the greater good and the bigger purpose. So we are working hard. We have been working hard. We need to do better. But that's the challenge of Premier League, and one that we are absolutely 100% committed to facing up to. So let's continue to give everything that we've got, do better. And as I said, believe in what we do.
Were you surprised to see Daniel Podence charged despite the VAR looking at?
I think that's not for me to talk about. Obviously, you have to respect he's a player of another club, and they have their own management, staff, etc., etc. I'll just focus on what's going on here.
Just very quickly, if I may, while we're talking about managers and the huge amount we've seen losing their jobs this season, the merry-go-round of the Premier League.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard has returned to Chelsea. Are you surprised to see that?
Well, I saw it this morning. I think it's good that Frank's been given the opportunity. I'm sure it's one that he's made up with his connection and history with the club. We've got to go down there. So hope it doesn't go so well on that day, obviously. But listen, I have respect for every single manager at every level. In work, out of work, because I know the emotion that goes with it. It's interesting to say the least. So I wish sort of everybody well. Naturally, apart from when you come up against us, or we're trying to do the same thing.
All the best.
You too. Thank you. Nice. Did you get that door open though? Yeah, well done. Yeah, it's boiling in there, isn't it? But I'm the one with the camera on with the sweat coming down. Yeah, good choice of hoodie. Yeah, it's cold outside.
Some powder.
Yeah, I know. Need more than that. Don't worry.
Hi, Steve.
How you doing, Dave? You all right?
You said you have constant dialogue with the owner. Can you give us any insight into how those discussions could play out?
No, not really, because I think that's private. All I can say is that, and I think I said before or after the Leeds game, it's been pretty normal, the amount of communication that I've had with Mr. Marinakis, and obviously I speak to Filippo every day because we both work out of the training ground. there's always dialogue after a game and some calls after games. Never anything before. You know, they're very respectful in letting us do our job, and we're grateful to that. But naturally, whether he's here at games or not, you know, I speak to him about whatever, you know, we feel is needed to be speak about, and that was the same after Leeds.
Usual question: is it a must-win game against Villa?
I think we've got to have that mentality now for every game, because you know we are really getting to the countdown period of games, and its points are even more precious than well, no, they're always precious in the Premier League, whether it's a point or 3 points, but there's even more scrutiny on them now. And when you are running out of games, not just us, everybody, you know, the more you can pick up along that run, obviously the more important they can be. So we have to go into the game thinking it's must win, it's cup final, it's, you know, do whatever it takes, because of the importance around the games, whoever we're playing, wherever we're playing. And that's got to be our approach, you know. But we also have to really focus on what it takes to win. And a lot has quite rightly been said for a while now about the away form. I'm mentioning it before you guys do, because it is what it is, and what has been said about that, we have to accept and take it, because it's factual. I go back to, you know, belief is the key. You know, belief in ourselves, belief in each other, and belief in what we do and the club that we play and work for. And I think that will help us achieve what we want to achieve. You know, it's we are in a fight, if you like, with a big group. It's not, you know, it's not 3, 4, 5. It's more than that, and we've got to back ourselves to try and be, you know, at the top of that group. And if we do that, obviously, you know, that would be great, but a lot of work to be done. And I'm not the only manager going to be thinking the same. We're not the only set of players thinking the same. There's a lot of groups around the Premier League in the same boat as us, and that's why I think, you know, thinking internally and just thinking about ourselves is the most important factor of getting what we want.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dave.
Just one if I can, Sue. Thanks. What did it mean to see the fans go back for you again in the way that they have done all season long? Anytime there's any talk about, well, we could lose each other or anything like that, there just seems to be this groundswell of support in your direction from you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm humbled and grateful to that, and it you know, that there'll probably be a better time to talk about what it really means to me, because I don't like it too much talk to be about me, although there has been quite a lot lately, which I accept. The overriding feeling I get is just work even harder, you know, be even more motivated, you know, and just do whatever it takes to try and achieve and not let these people down, because that's how I feel, you know. So that's I'm so proud to work for this club. It increases every single day. I feel honoured, privileged, you know, to manage the club here at the City Ground, try and represent it well when we're on our travels, not just on game days, stand up for the values and principles that have been here a long while now, and particularly on this big stage in the Premier League. So I feel a big sense of responsibility to the supporters in like I said, not letting them down, and feeling good about their football club, and all of that means everything to me. So but I go back to, once I leave here, I've got to get straight back to the training ground, straight back to work, because that's the most important thing. Play better than what we did the other night, and win more games than we have done in the recent period, and that is the be all and end all, because all of the good feelings, you know, come from doing them things better. You too.
All done? Yeah. Could we have cameras off, please? Thank you. Written section embargoed.
Get out the sauna.
God.